Hello and welcome to Vidya.Biz, brought to you by Orange Anime. My name is Primus and I'll be guiding you through this great adventure in the gaming industry. For the next few minutes I'll be touching on each console and handheld in the current generation for a minute or two. My goal is to inform you of some things that you may or may not know that's coming up in the gaming industry. Alright, let's get this started. First off is the Xbox 360. Now, some of you may or may not be aware that ID Software is actually in the process of producing a brand new Wolfenstein game that is currently known as Castle Wolfenstein. It's running off an entirely new graphics engine, and so far it looks very clean. If you've never played a Wolfenstein game, it's basically a first-person shooter set in war-torn Germany, where Nazi experiments with technology and the supernatural threaten to turn the tide of World War II. Well, with this new Wolfenstein game announced, I was definitely thinking, hey, why not release the original Wolfenstein 3D on the Xbox Live Arcade? Well, my wishes have been answered. It has already been confirmed. However, there are a couple of things that I personally don't mind that others might. It's only one player. There's no co-op, and there's no multiplayer. It's also listed as 1080i high def, but in typical Xbox Live Arcade fashion, they'll more than likely have it in standard resolution and just have big sidebars filled with official art or something. They really like to do that. One last thing is that it's rumored to be 800 Microsoft points, which seems like a rip considering you used to be able to download the freeware version off of the 3D Realms website, rest in peace, and can still get it for free off of RapidShare or something similar. I think a 400 to 600 point price seems more fair, seeing as we're getting nothing new. But both Wolfenstein games, Castle Wolfenstein and Wolfenstein 3D, the release dates are still to be announced, so hopefully we'll see some at E3. But I can't promise anything. Attention Pokemon fans, your calls have been answered for the DS. Yeah, we just got Platinum, which is pretty awesome by the way, but how about a Gold and Silver remake? Sounds pretty sweet, right? I've been browsing some forums like IGN and GameFAQs and stuff, and people really wanted to see something for the 10th anniversary. Well, it's official. Pokemon Gold and Silver will be remade, something that was hinted at a few weeks ago on Japan's Pokemon Sunday TV program. This is the 10th anniversary remake, and they're to be called Pokemon Heart Gold and Pokemon Soul Silver. Similar to the remakes on the Game Boy Advance of Red and Green, dubbed Fire Red and Leaf Green. They were actually originally believed to be called Dusk Gold and Dawn Silver, but this is confirmed to be false. Expect the DS remakes to arrive in Japan this fall and shortly after in America with several newly added elements. Now personally, Gold and Silver weren't my favorite in the franchise, but I'm always up for some new Pokemon games, and you had better be too. Alright, well let's stay on board Nintendo for a second and talk about the Wii. EA has just announced the first Spore title for the Wii. They're calling it Spore Hero. Yeah, I was kind of expecting a music game too, but thankfully that's not the case. They could have come up with something a little more creative, but whatever. This is the first game in the popular Spore franchise to be released on a home console, and it's being developed exclusively for the Wii. It's a story-driven action-adventure as described by EA. Players will be able to create their own hero to, quote, embark on an epic quest to save their new homeworld from destruction as a dark force threatens the planet. According to Spore developer Maxis Vice President and General Manager Lucy Bradshaw, when Maxis first considered bringing Spore to console players, the Nintendo platform seemed like a perfect fit. The Wiimotes and the massive amount of Nintendo fans, all the little gadgets and stuff, the motion sensor, everything just seemed like a perfect fit for Spore Hero. Seeing as the Wii is more casual oriented, the humor and gameplay of Spore Hero definitely seem to go hand in hand with the console. It really seems like it's targeted for younger gamers, but I'll definitely be checking this one out myself. Alright, jumping over to Sony now. Remember when Sony released a PS2 Slim? Well, word around the block is that they're doing the same thing with the PlayStation 3. That's right, a slim PlayStation 3. A few weeks ago, some alleged PS3 Slim images were leaked to the internet through Level Up. A little bit later, IGN said that a GameStop rep confirmed it. Shortly after, a new pic showed up thanks to NeoGAF member Rano NL. It looks like an original PS3 standing vertically next to what looks like a slim PS3 standing parallel to it. Looking at the leaked images, I'm kind of wondering how much smaller it is. Now, I'm not 100% sure of how legitimate this picture is, but it does look to be significantly smaller than the original design. I guess we'll just have to wait until the SCEA E3 press conference to get a confirm or deny from Sony. This video might not even be out until then, so my apologies. Alright, well, it was kind of hard to come up with something for Sony's handheld, the PSP. Not much has been going on with it, it seemed. I did a quick search, though, and came up with an interesting article from Kotaku. Apparently, David Perry, the chief creative officer at Acclaim, confirmed the existence of a PSP2. This would mean two redesigns, the PS3 Slim and the PSP2, in the same year. Now, I'm not sure if this is just another redesign or if it's actually an entirely new platform for Sony. From what I've read, it's completely UMD free. No more of those weird little disc tray thingies. Apparently, they already have a prototype and are anticipating a release this fall. It sounds like a big year for Sony. This is another one that will have to wait until E3 though to be confirmed. But then again, the PSP has been out for a while, and it's about due for a predecessor. The idea of a UMD free PSP though, it begs the question of how games will be loaded onto the thing. Maybe kind of like cartridges similar to the DS or micro SD cards, but then again, pirating's a big issue, which the DS suffers from. But once again, we're going to have to wait and see. As for backwards compatibility, apparently they're going to put up all current PSP titles on PlayStation's online store, and they could be directly downloaded to the device. And that's it for the first ever Vidya.Biz presented by Orange Anime. This is Primus signing off for the month of June. I hope you enjoyed this little presentation, and I hope you'll join me next month. Thanks again.